Okay, so we're going to do compound inequalities. Let's start with example 1. And this one is a typical and inequality in the shortened form. So let's write this down on your paper. Write down 2 is less than 4x plus 10, which is less than or equal to 14. Okay? So go ahead and write that down, please. And so these are the easiest ones of the compound inequalities to do. Remember how we do this? We basically, whatever we do to isolate 4x plus 10, get the x by itself there. Whatever we do to do that algebraically, we do that on the ends. So for the 2 and the 14 as well. So that's what we're going to start with. So let's say we just had a typical 2-step inequality. Our first step is get rid of 10. So that's what we would do. Subtract 10, but we also have to put a negative 10 on either end. Okay? So let's do that. And that would give us, well, first of all, it cancels out there. Here we get negative 8 is less than 4 times x is less than or equal to 4. And then what's our next move? What do we do next to isolate? Yes?
We divide by 4.
Yeah. It's 4 times x. You don't want the coefficient 4. Divide it out. And luckily for us, it's positive 4. So we don't have to flip those inequality symbols. There's going to be enough of that today. So this is negative 2 is less than x is less than or equal to 1. So this is an answer. It's an and inequality, actually. If we needed to, we could break it down that way. Remember, we have one inequality here and another inequality here. Okay? So one inequality, I'm just going to flip it. X is greater than negative 2. And x is less than or equal to 1. Okay? So we have the choice of either writing it this shortened way or with the and. I kind of like that way. I'm going to write it like that here. Where we have to write the inequality notation, I'm going to write this. Negative 2 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 1. Okay? I'm not going to use the and notation there. Okay? So it's a typical and inequality. So tell me, does it go like this or does it go like this? Yeah, it's this. So it's between those 2 points, basically negative 2 and positive 1. So negative 2, we have to make the number line now. Oh, okay. Negative 2 to positive 1, and just click and drag. And then one of these has to be open, which is at negative 2, and one of them is solid at 1. So this is what we have as an answer. All the real numbers between negative 2 and positive 1, including positive 1. Okay, that's our answers. Let's test it out. And there it is. Okay. So Compound inequalities. Let's do a few more. Okay. I think we just have, I can go back and we'll do example 2. This is also an and inequality, right? But this one's a little messier. Okay, so I'm just going to write it down and solve it. Negative 16 is less than or equal to negative 3x less than 4 or minus 4 less than negative 31. Whoa. Okay. So we're going to solve this one. Write that down. And I can already tell right now the inequality symbols are facing in the wrong direction. We want them both on the less than. That's typically how it should be, or it will be actually in the end. But something's going to fix that for us. Can anyone think ahead and tell us how that's going to be fixed as we're solving? Wow, a bunch of people. Yes. Yeah, dividing by a negative is going to do it eventually. We'll get there. But first, we'll get rid of that minus 4. And remember, whatever you do in the middle, do on the outsides. Okay. So let's see, negative 16 and 4, that's negative 12. Greater than or equal to negative 3x. Greater than, and that's going to be what, negative 27? Okay, how's that? Everything okay there? So now, this is where we do divide by, you want to get rid of the coefficient negative 3, so divide by negative 3. That's going to make these flip. I'll circle them to remind me when I rewrite this, turn those around. Okay, so what does that give us? 4 less than or equal to x less than 9. Check my work there. Does that look good? Okay. Well, let's try it again. This is an and inequality. How you write it as an and. 4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 9. So I'm going to go to 4, positive 4 to 9. There it is, 4 to 9. And one of these has to be opened at 9. Okay, I'm going to double check that, make sure it all follows. Okay, I think so. Has anyone submitted and it went through? Got it. All right. Okay, we got 2 more. So this one's a straight up and with the word and in there. So on this one, we may have to rewrite it. We might have to just rewrite it in the other form, okay? And there's going to be plenty of flipping, I can already tell. All right, so there's 2 ways to write this out. Let's just do it. Do you want to write it in the shortened way, or do you want to keep it separate too, with the word and in the middle? How do you want to try this? Okay. So negative 20 is greater than negative 5x minus 10. And I'll just put that little symbol for and. And then we have the same thing over here. Negative 5x minus 10 is greater than or equal to negative 70. Do you guys notice we have the same expression here? Negative 5x minus 10 on both sides. I could have rewritten this a little shorter like this. And it would have looked similar to what I had. That's another way of writing this one, only because this and this are the same. You just kind of merge it together. You see what I did there? So that's two separate ways of writing it. Okay, but I'll solve it this way, just to show you how to do that. Okay, so on both of them I have to add 10, right? So I'm going to do that on both of these. I'm going to work both inequalities at the same time. Okay? So I'm going to solve them simultaneously, they call it. Okay. So I got this. And now I have to divide away the negative 5. The catch here is I got to flip that. I'm going to do that here too. And that means I got to flip this one. Okay. So let me write down what I get. I get 2 is less than x, and x is less than or equal to 12. Okay, check my work on that. Did I do that correctly, guys? I flipped them. 2 is less than x, and x is less than or equal to 12. Does that look good? Okay. I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to put this together. Another way to write this is 2 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 12. Okay. It takes a little more work doing it this way. I think it would have been quicker if we would have gone with that first inequality, but it's good that we see both of them. Okay, let's write down this answer. 2 less than x is less than or equal to 12. So we want everything between 2 and 12. And open point on 2. So it's everything between 2 and 12. Okay, any questions? Okay, so we're going to try this. This one has me a little nervous. Lots of places we could have made mistakes. Let's check it out. Voila. All right, we got it. Okay, last one. Number 4. This one's an OR. So ORs, if you remember from last semester, don't have a shortcut way of writing them. You just do them separately. So it's 4x minus 6 less than 10. Or it's 30 less than 4x minus 6. And since I see it's positive 4x, I know I don't have to flip the inequalities. But I do have 4x minus 6. So I'm just going to solve both of them at the same time, starting with getting rid of the minus 6. So So you're just, all I'm doing is solving both inequalities at the same time. Okay. So, let's see here. Do the next step, which is divide by 4. And also here, I could divide by 4. Cancel these. X is less than 4, or 9 is less than X. Okay. So that's an answer, right? But if I want to graph the answer, one of the two inequalities isn't in the form we want for graphing. Which one is not correct for graphing? X is less than 4, or is it 9 is greater than X? Yeah, we want to flip that whole inequality, turn it all around, so the X is on the left side. So this one, we were flip it. And then I'm just going to write the whole thing. So make this X is greater than 9. So the answer you actually want to enter into the delta is this one. You want to make sure your variables are on the left side. So the answer is X is less than 4 or X is greater than 9. And it's going to look like this. You're going to have all the numbers smaller than 4, or you're also going to have all the numbers greater than 9. Okay, so let's write it down. X less than 4 or X greater than 9. So basically, everything this way, make sure you take it all the way to the end so you get the arrow, and then you go to 9 and do the same thing. And they should be open points. We don't have the equal to part at 4 and 9, so should have this. Okay. So this is what we want. I believe that's the correct answer. Let's try it. Submit it. Are you getting something like that? Let me try it. Okay, I did something incorrect. Oh. Okay. It helps if you put the numbers in correctly. Thank you. I see that. Double check everything. I double checked and I still put that. Yeah, that's what I want. Got it. Okay. And that is what we're doing today. So you have some to do for yourselves. As you can see, it's 10 of them, not a whole lot. Hopefully you can finish them in class so that you won't have to take too much home if you didn't finish yesterday's assignment. Okay, guys? So I will leave you to that. And if you're watching at home, good luck with that. If you have any questions, send me a message. Bye now.